Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This guy here to the right here, I can't even get, okay, you can see him on the right. His name, well, there's only one guy there. His name is Dave, or he goes by the name of Dave. He says he lives in the woods in New Jersey. He also claims that at one point he was good looking. At one point he was good looking and he was hired by Cassie and or P. Diddy Combs to take part in the freak offs and that kind of stuff. So with Tasha K interviewing him, she asked some relevant questions, okay? Like for instance, was he ever burned by Cassie? The answer, yes. He was burned by Cassie, meaning she gave him something. He was able to get rid of it, but he also says that there's talk that she has the herpes, which is something that you have to take medication for, but he didn't get that. And then Tasha asked him about her walls, her vaginal walls with all the activity and the different sizes and different people. And he said, yeah, they were pretty like loose and, he wasn't really having a good time, because of the looseness, but he was not believable. For some reason, I didn't believe him, and the people that recommended that I look at this and tell them about it, they didn't believe him either. And as far as him ever being good looking, I don't know if I don't know if anyone can testify that he's ever been a good looking dude. He has aged very badly if at any time he was a good looking guy. So he's there to sell a book. His book is Cassie, Victim or Co-conspirator. Cassie, Victim or Co-conspirator. The story of Dave. And I don't know if sales increased after he appeared on Tasha K. Probably, people like that kind of stuff. But he was not believable at all. He also said that Diddy ran the show. Diddy did abuse Cassie. He saw Diddy abusing Cassie. So that part wasn't a lie. But the part where she said that she was like a slave and that kind of stuff, a slave and that kind of stuff, he said he didn't see that at all. Cassie was very much enjoying it, very much in control. Yes, she got hurt sometimes by P. Diddy, but other than that, she was very much enjoying what was happening and even planning it and calling him up and that kind of stuff. So it was a very interesting conversation, especially when Tasha K got into the personal part of it, asking about Cassie. And I myself wondered how she has remained married and she's having kids coming out of her. She's doing things like that. I just don't understand that part of it. I just don't need to, I guess. But it's very strange to me that a guy would be with her, especially since when she was with P. Diddy, guys wanted to strap up. They wanted to make sure that they're protected because they saw her as being a virus. You go with her and you're one way, you leave. You need to go and visit your doctor. Excuse me. You need to go and visit your doctor. So I'm surprised that she is and has remained married. I'm talking about Cassie. But yeah, this show is on YouTube, as you can see. And for me, he was not believable. Dave, he didn't give, maybe he did. I didn't hear it because, I moved back and forth. I just can't sit and just stare at the screen. I cannot do it. But the story of Dave, and if it's the story of Dave, out there, it's obvious he's not giving his full name. It's obvious that he's just going by the name Dave. And he's claiming that he knew her and, at one point she wanted him to be like a boyfriend, a boyfriend, but he didn't want to mess with Diddy. And, he said that Diddy also question him about if he would go that way, like, do something with Diddy. And he also said that Diddy's instrument was small. It wasn't like, it was smaller than normal small. So a lot of information came out during this interview, but yet, and he's saying that he wasn't called by the prosecutor or the defense because the prosecutor felt that he would have said Cassie was not being, she wasn't being handled like how she said she was being handled. She wasn't being trafficked, So that was bad for the defense, and then that was bad for the prosecutor or the prosecution, and then for the defense, they didn't know what he was going to say. They didn't get in contact with him to decide what he was going to say. So he was not called at all as a witness, although he thought he should have been and he would have been or whatever. But he's not believable. Okay, this guy is not believable. Okay, and especially when he talks about how good looking he was back in the day when he was, with Cassie, and he's right now he's saying that he's going to law school to become an attorney. Look at him. I can't imagine that someone is going to become an attorney in America. In America, you have to be a part of the bar, okay, the bar association, and he's doing all of this, and he's in all of this. He was even in jail at one point. It's just so unbelievable with him. So it's up to you. This is the Tasake person to the left. This guy is Dave, and you can go online if you want to see the whole interview. But it was entertaining. It was very entertaining. But at the end of the whole interview, he's not believable. Dave is not believable. Okay, this is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.